All right. Welcome to episode 29, the I Am Possible show. And we are talking about the power of urgency, how we made $1,200 in one day with zero ad spend. And with us today are the I Am Possible magical magicians. We have Mia Elise, our funnel builder magician and marketing strategy, Ashley Nellett. She actually can take a magic wand to Facebook ads and have it conjure up high converting ads for you. And we have Sally Savasco, who is a genius at organic social media, building your tribe, challenges, those Facebook groups, how the heck do you make money from Facebook groups, and all that fun stuff. But before we go into today's episode, I want to tease you about next week, because we're going to bring on, we don't know who yet, a mystery guest who is having phenomenal results that you'd all be jealous of. I know we are, of her micro offer funnel. So having said that, Mia, I'm going to turn that over to you. You had the idea of today's podcast.
Yes. So today we are talking about the power of urgency. And we all know that urgency sells. However, we sometimes forget that. So when we are running a promotion, we have a launch, or we have any sort of evergreen initiative or funnel that we're running, we always tell our clients and we tell our students that you need to have some sort of urgency, whether that is external or internal. So what is the difference between external and internal urgency? External urgency is something that is outside of your control. So either there's a deadline, or the price is going up, or like doors are closing or something like that. So external urgency is out of the buyer's control. They either get it now, or something happens and then they can't get it at that price anymore. Internal urgency is usually the reason why you want to do this now. So we activate internal urgency by talking about the reasons why they need whatever your solution is, your product or your solution is, to change their life or make their life easier or save them time or whatever, and how much time would be wasted, or wouldn't you wish that you had done this sooner or something like that if you don't take action now. So that would be internal urgency. And that's usually how we activate internal urgency. And we do that through like email sequences or copy on the page or something like that, or we do it through timers. Either deadline timer or a timer on the page, like through ClickFunnels or something like that. So we have to have urgency somehow, either external or internal, in order to activate the buying action from our potential buyers. If you can just get whatever you want, whenever you want, people are like massive procrastinators, right? They don't, I myself am one of them too. Like I am a wait till the very last minute to sign up for programs or go buy the thing or write the check or whatever. And for whatever reason, I think that we all are to some extent, because we want to make sure we're making the best decision for us. We're getting the best deal we possibly can. There's very few people out there that just kind of like make decisions immediately and then be done with it. I don't know. How do you guys do it? Like, are you all procrastinators like me?
Yeah. Well, I'm both. So like, if it's something that I've been looking for and I find the perfect thing, like I will wait to find the perfect thing. I always say there's a perfect thing for every space in your home. So like, I will grab that. But like other things, I will sit or I'll throw it in my cart knowing I'll get a coupon, and then I'll wait for that coupon. I do that a lot.
Yeah. And I do that too, like totally. Like, and even especially like in our world, right? We know sometimes that the last day might be an extra bonus. So you're always wondering. And then the marketer in me also wants to reverse engineer what they're doing. So I purposely wait the last day just to see those last emails. Because if you buy it, then typically if they know what they're doing, you're not going to get any more emails if you already bought whatever it is they're selling. So even yesterday, I succumbed to one when the was just a brilliant subject line. I just laughed. It made me laugh, so I bought it. I'm like, okay, that's the edge. That's the thing I needed. Made me laugh. I'm going to buy it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I think over the years, in the beginning, when I was first doing online marketing, I think I bought everything that was out there.
Oh my gosh.
It connected me to Maria. So that was a fabulous thing that happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now I take my time a lot more, and I do wait, and I look for the best bonuses. I also look for reviews, honest reviews.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I love that. So urgency is important because most of us buy off of urgency, whether it's external or internal. So we decided we've had our micro offer magic funnel running for a few months now. I think we launched it in April and it's now September. Holy shit, September.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of time to evaluate the data, evaluate the success that students are seeing. And what we've found is that a couple things. The people who are most successful are those who purchased the entire suite, the entire product suite. So micro offer magic, 5-figure funnels, micro offer traffic system, because it's the whole package. It helps you craft your micro offer product suite, build the actual funnel, and then run traffic to it. So we found that the students who are most successful have the entire package. We also noticed that micro offer magic has so much value that it was cannibalizing some of our other offers, right? So you could get so much value for $27 and it was cannibalizing some of our other offers like Piggy Bank Funnel Live and some other things that we want to do in the future. So we made the huge decision to close the doors to micro offer magic at the end of August. So that was
Yesterday.
last night at midnight.
Yeah.
And if anybody has visited microoffermagic.com now, you can go there and you can see our like, sorry you missed it page. So, and yeah, it's actually a funny page. We love it. But what did we do leading up to it? So we weren't quiet about the fact that we were closing the doors to micro offer magic. We wanted to give everybody who wanted an opportunity to join at that price. We had quite a few people on our list. We've had quite a few people opt in and go through our abandoned cart sequence, but maybe didn't buy. So we wanted to give everybody one last opportunity to buy. And Maria crafted some amazing emails. How many did you send out, Maria?
Oh, it was a lot. Like, I think it started on Friday because I hate doing it a week before because then that's silly. But so Friday, definitely one. And then to the unopens with a different subject line at night. So there's 2 on Friday. And then Saturday, probably the same, just 1. And then to the unopens. That's a really powerful hack, all of you, to get more sales is make sure you resend your unopens, the same email, but with a different subject line. And then Sunday was just 1. And Monday was 3. And it wasn't unopens. Monday was just everyone who didn't buy, everyone tagged.
Right.
So that's at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And please, everyone know, don't be scared to email because they weren't all buy my stuff. Here's the link. Okay.
Right.
Like, the first one strategically started with a lot of value. You wouldn't even know you're being sold. In fact, I got a response from someone who wanted to hire me to do their sales page and email copy as a result of the email. Right. And so it was like the subject line said, call me. Right. But then it went into detail about copywriting or writing at a grade 3 level, giving away, hey, here's a cool app you should use, Hemingway. This is what I learned from my, mastermind I'm in. And so the real sales emails really didn't happen until the last day, which is what I suggest for all of you, because then you won't piss your list off.
Right.
But yeah, if you're not sending at least 2 emails a day, the last 3 days of your sale, flash sale, closing doors, you're leaving so much money on the table. So
Yeah. That email call me got me too. Cause I was like, oh shit, Maria needs me to call her. Like, that's serious.
I did the same thing, Nia.
So everyone, don't do that every week in your emails, but so use it for the important times. But
yeah, that's a very good point. Like, there are certain subject lines like call me, or did you get this? Or, subject lines that feel very specific and personal that get people to open your emails. You don't want to do that all the time because you do start to desensitize your list to those kinds of things. So email subject lines can be used strategically to like really get people to open them. So in the last 2 days of our cart open flash sale kind of thing, the first day, so Sunday, I think our total sales were $300 or something like that. And we had stopped running ads probably about, was it 2 weeks ago, Ashley, we stopped running ads?
Yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago. We made the decision to stop running ads and just let kind of email and organic take the wheel.
Yeah. So we stopped pushing traffic to it. We were just getting whatever organic traffic, our nurture sequence and whatnot, pushing them through the abandoned cart sequence and our nurture sequence. And we wanted to give people time to go through that whole sequence and have the opportunity to buy. So on Sunday, we made $300 in sales just from the email list. And then on Monday, we made $1,200, maybe even a little more than $1,200. 1,287. So almost $1,300.
Yeah. And then I think when we started it on Thursday or Friday, like then total about $2,000 in total, which is.
Yeah. So we had, we start like August 27th. So we had like 231, 124. There was like a one sale day, and then 321, and then 1287. So if you can see the ramp up, everybody waited until the very last minute, but there was, however many people and there were some upsells in there too. Like, I think I'm seeing a 47 and 97, so there were some people that bought up into our OTOs, but for the most part, that's mostly front-end offer buyers. So sitting in our list, just chilling, hanging out, waiting for the right moment, were, a handful of people, 10, 15, 20 people who decided to buy Micro Offer Magic because we were retiring it. They couldn't get it again. So it was open. They could buy it anytime they wanted to. They could go visit microoffermagic.com at any time and they could buy it. So that was not enough urgency for them. But because the doors were closing, we're not going to be selling it anymore at $27. All of a sudden, everybody was like, holy cow, I need to get in on this. They might not even ever open it, to be 100% honest, but because there was urgency, they may or may not ever get an opportunity to buy it again. They decided to make the purchase today or yesterday.
Let's talk how easy it is from a technical perspective as well, because it was so much more difficult 10 years ago when I had all these little So I don't know if Mia or Ashley, if you want to address, it's just so darn easy to stick a timer on, a 5-year-old could do it, right?
So Ray asks a good question. Are there any timers that you recommend that are more legit, that track the user rather than reset when they simply refresh the page? So inside of ClickFunnels, there is the option to use timers. Now, ClickFunnels actually gotten a little bit better with their timer. So you can have the option to reset it when they refresh the page, or you can have an option to put a cookie in there, and the cookie can expire never, or the cookie can expire after 14 days or something like that. So ClickFunnels has gotten a little bit better about their timer abilities. However, if you really want to get serious about running timers, and if you're doing say an evergreen webinar that then leads to a cart open with legitimate cart close, deadline timer is the best that we've seen out there. There is a cost associated with it. And I want to say for the basic, it's $40, I think, a month to use it. But that syncs up with your CRM. So you can actually put a webhook inside of ActiveCampaign, and you can put timers inside of your emails that then sync up with the web page. So if it says you have 7 hours left in the email and you click onto the web page, it'll sync up based off of the webhooks. So that, if you get really serious into evergreen webinars that have 7-day cart opens, deadline timer is where it's at. But yes, it's so much easier now.
Kajabi allows that as well with integrating timers from your email to your flash. If you're doing a flash open, I had a client that just did one and they had their timer in their email that matched their sales page.
Is that native to Kajabi?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love that. So yeah, it's a lot easier today than it ever was. So we just set up a basic page that says sorry you missed it. If you guys are watching this right now, go to microoffermagic.com and you can see what we're talking about.
I love that page.
So it's very simple. Sometimes people put on their, like, on that page, they send them to the wait list. But Maria discovered recently somebody who just sends you to like a sorry page. And it actually changed her behavior because now she looks out for the sales in her emails. So instead of being like notified on a wait list that something is opening again, she just missed out. And I think that's the best FOMO ever, right? Because you're like, well, shit, there's no way that I'm ever going to be able to have a notification or the opportunity to do, to get this again or whatever. I better keep my eye out in my email for the next one so I don't miss it.
Mm-hmm. That's a great point.
Yeah, and it worked. I mean, I ended up buying his stuff. So I'm watching his email now and opening his email. So now his email deliverability has increased. Maria Jones asked a great question about what about your unsubscribe rate? And I'd like to talk about the psychology of that first, and then some stats. First of all, please, all of you know, don't worry about unsubscribe rate unless you're seeing it's like being like 10% or something. I don't know if Mia, Ashley, Sally want to comment on that, but you need to use the tools available to you to make money so you can impact other people. And so specifically, there are always, it's the nature of your business. There's going to be people unsubscribing. And honestly, they either will never buy from you ever anyway, so it's okay, or they're going to come back because this is my behavior. And Mia, Ashley, Sally, tell me if you do this too. I will sometimes unsubscribe from somebody because maybe I didn't want it anymore, wasn't the season, and then I'll get hit for a retargeting ad, maybe even 6 months or even a year later, and then I'll come back and resubscribe. Do you guys do that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, now's not the right time for me to hear about your stuff, but I listened to something a long time ago on email marketing, and one of the greatest, I think, permissions that I received and now share with clients is the ability to allow somebody off of your list right away. So when somebody comes on to, like, say you sign up for Target's email list because you want to get a coupon, Target spams the shit out of you. But they do that on purpose because they want to know, are you a loyal Target person, or are you just here for the coupon, in which case we don't really want you on our list. So they're going to send you like 2 or 3 emails, in a day, or 1 email a day for 7 days or whatever. Like, I get emails all the time from major online retailers. And they do that because they don't want you on your list if you're not going to buy from them. They pay for you to be on the list. And so I want you to also have that mentality of, I am paying for every single person who is on my list. So you're either paying per email that you send if you're using MailChimp, or you're paying per list size if you're like ActiveCampaign or ConvertKit or whatever. So you're not like, yes, it is an honor to have these people on your list. At the same time, like, you're paying their rent, if you want to look at it that way. And so if they're not going to buy from you, if they don't want to hear from you on a regular basis, you would rather them unsubscribe and get off your list so that you don't have to pay rent for them.
We also recommend scrubbing email too, to make sure your deliverability is as high as it can be as well. If you have 10,000 people and only 500 of them are opening emails, you kind of want to get rid of some of the dead weight that's on there, so that you're not being punished by, the overlords of email, pretty much.
Ashley, when you say scrub, I know what it means, but maybe some people don't. How do you do that?
How do you do that? That is not a question for me. That's going to be a question for Mia, Maria.
Yeah.
I can say what it is, but how do you do that? That's going to be for them.
Well, so scrubbing your list basically consists of automations that are set up to see how many people actually open your emails. So if you're a part of ActiveCampaign, they have 2 recipes for automations that are already set up to analyze like the activity of somebody. So whether or not they open your email or go to your website, that consists of activity. If they are active, then they stay in your active. If they are not active, you can choose what to do with them. You can either run them through a re-engagement campaign and just make sure that they want to stay on your list. So you can do like a series of 3 emails that are like, hey, you know, we're just checking in. You haven't like opened any of our emails recently. And you can set I think they have it set for 45 days, but you can set it to 2 months or whatever, depending on how often you send emails. And then you can send like your final email that's like, it's not me, it's you, we're breaking up or something like that. And just let them know that you're going to remove them from your list. And if they don't open any of those emails, then, you know, like they just get deleted from your list. So that's the automated way. You can also do a manual scrub where you look to see how, like, who has not opened your emails within a certain time frame, and then just manually delete all of those people. But I prefer a re-engagement campaign because sometimes you can offer them like a course at a discount or a coupon code if it's like an e-commerce something or other.
I've had clients send me their scrubbed email list, and we've run an ad campaign to them to see if we can kind of re-engage them through ads to sign up for some new freebie or whatever it is, just to see if we can get someone re-engaged.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Yeah, that is great. Yeah. Cool. And then to the question about the unsubscribes, it's really not that high. Like it took me a while to pull the stats. Active campaigns running really slow, but like that one, the highest one was Call Me, but also it had the highest open rate. So I think that's skewed then, right? But like 12 unsubscribes out of sending it to 2,671. So plus that one, because this was a closing sale, I included like when me and I created that abandoned cart series, when someone is about to order from you and then they leave the checkout process, so they're the hottest lead. We have a 3 to 5 email follow-up, if not more, actually. We kind of get working on it, but we tagged them at the very beginning, new subscriber. So we typically exclude those people from our regular emails, and because then the tag new subscriber comes off when they finish the abandoned cart sequence or they buy. So what's interesting is that this particular one, and I didn't even tell me and Ashley and Sally this because I just do it, you know. But I didn't exclude those people in this instance, because I figured, well, if they abandon the cart, then they're probably going to maybe seriously want to be in.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. So 12 unsubscribers is not that high. And then and just to let you know about the unopens, the next morning after the Call Me, I sent it to the unopens with a new title, which I think was something like the Moby Dick secret to converting copywriting or something like that. And that one had a 5.24% open rate to the open. So collectively, that was almost 24% open rate, which for a bigger list is amazing. Like if your list is like 1,000 or under, you're probably going to get 40%, 30% open rates. But as your list grows, your open rates are going to lower. And then further on, like the Exxon one, where the comparison with MicroOffer was, you know, how did Exxon become the second wealthiest company in America, according to 2019, like reports and stuff. And guess what? By selling 1 gallon at a time, just like.
That was a good email. I like that.
Thanks. Yeah. And kind of the concept of micro offers, right? How do you make your first 100,000 or 10,000 or $1 million, right? And buy 1 small offer at a time, and you can sell higher offers, but that's the analogy to micro offer magic, creating all these small low ticket products. And that one had an unsubscribed, only 3 people unsubscribed. So
you should take all those emails that you wrote, throw them into a swipe file, and like make them an order bump or something.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. Or what I was thinking is maybe a monthly membership, because I know another copywriter that does that. And like maybe it's like whatever, $25 a month, or, you know, $30 a month, get our 5 best performing emails for this month, and then use it as your own template. So you truly can swipe every single word if you want.
Yeah.
I
like that.
Yeah. So in the short answer, Maria, the unsubscribes weren't that high. But I think also remember, like, and I know you probably do this too, Maria, and if you're listening to this right now, please let us know if you're live or live, like hit comment live, or replay, comment replay. That helps us know if this is a good time for our podcast. But one of the things, because we have this podcast once a week, and because we do other things, we have a Facebook group, we're always giving away free content. So we're not just always having a sale. Join my list with this thing. And then every once in a while having a 3-day sale and never emailing our list about anything else. Like we'll have amazing training videos that are free. Like Mia does Fun Funnel Fridays at what time again, Mia?
9:30 Pacific on Friday mornings.
12:30 Eastern.
Yes. Yeah, that's 12:30 Eastern. I just, for the life of me, could not do the afternoons anymore.
Yeah. And I do one pop-up live. I try to do on Mondays, but I missed yesterday, like either Motivation Monday or Throwback Thursday or something. And Sally will start doing, I think, Sally's
last week, actually.
Oh, excellent. On the page or in the Facebook group?
On the no, the free group.
The free group, yeah. So we vary it up, and then next week we have a doozy coming up where I'm finally going to share that software tool that allows you to automate when someone joins your Facebook group, automate sending their email into your autoresponder, and then you could set up a specific autoresponder thanking them for joining your Facebook group, and here's your free thing, you know, because usually you should give away a free thing, you know. So yeah. Finally going to reveal that software.
You could also point them to certain videos inside of the group. Like now that you're a part of the inner club, like you can go and check out these videos. I think these are like the first things that you should go look at to get value. So that's another way to use that tool. So you can offer them something free, and you can also point them to some like awesome resources inside of your group.
Yeah.
Have we ever talked about selling fatigue? Maybe that's something we talk about in the future, just how you can't always be selling to your list and how the added value content is so important. That's a future episode, probably.
I'll write it on the whiteboard.
Yeah, I was writing it down as a pen and paper, but I love that, selling fatigue.
Yeah, I have a client that was just experiencing that, and we've kind of gotten her out of that cycle. She was launching every month to her list.
I bet I know who it is.
No.
Not anyone gonna guess?
No.
Okay. She's like, no.
Probably her too, though. But there's a B2C even more so than having like a B2B constantly selling. So
gotcha.
It was interesting to see the difference between how she's changed her launch structure.
You know, that makes sense because, you know, like I like that, selling fatigue, and we could do selling momentum. Maybe there's a whole other high ticket course there about how to do sales. Because that's a really good cycle: selling fatigue, selling momentum, selling confidence. Okay, we need a fourth one, y'all. What's the fourth one if we were to have 4 modules?
We'll brainstorm on that one later.
Yeah, I can see Via's brain working there. So I think it's a wrap. I don't think, unless there's any other questions, we just really want to talk about the power of urgency. The power of tools are simple now. Like it's so easy with one click to put up a timer. We just put it up for the Product Boss today because they're having something that's going to end Friday midnight. And it was just so simple to stick a timer on. I didn't even have to ask Mia to double check my work on that.
There are some things. So one nice thing about ClickFunnels and their timers is you have the option to either show and hide sections or to redirect to a new page. And so one of the things that we do for Tripwires to create a sense of urgency is we can start it at $27, but set the timer for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes or something like that. And then hide the $27 option and show a $47 option. So we can say the price is going up and then have a timer. And then when the timer actually expires, the price does in fact go up. So you can set the timer to be like, to either refresh every time the page refreshes, or you can set it to like, to cookie and expire forever, so that no matter how many times somebody revisits that page, they will always see the new price button to take them to that correct order form. So we've done that in the past too, where, and this is actually super helpful because in a recent challenge that we ran with a Tripwire, people figured out how to change the URL to go back to the $27 price point. And because we had not like cookied the timer, it just refreshed every time somebody refreshed the page. Some people were like savvy and figured out how to pay only $27, even though their timer expired. And some people paid $47 and it caused a bit of a headache. So there's a lot you can do with timers within ClickFunnels You don't if you're already paying for the service, play around with that and see how that feels first before you go and try and dabble inside of deadline funnel.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Cool. All right, everyone. Well, listen, next week, hopefully we'll have our surprise mystery guest that's just crushing it with her micro offer. And it's in a niche that is not about marketing and not about how to make money. So that's what's cool about it as well. So, and I just want to see you next week, Tuesday at around 12:10 Eastern. And thank you, Mia, Ashley, and Sally so much. This has been fun.